Let's sit back further on the sits bones and rise that spine up tall. Thanks, Libby. Turn your palms face up in a gesture of receptivity and openness. Rest the backs of your hands on your knees. Invite breath into the body. And what is the intention that you're setting for this practice today? Try to capture your spring intention with a word like joy, manifest, or abundance. And on each inhale, maybe state your intention. I am joy. I am manifesting blank in my life. I am abundance. And on each exhale, allow your intention to radiate through your mind, your body, and your spirit. Let's just remain here for a few moments, allowing the breath. And inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth softly with ha sound. Chin tucked slightly, shoulder blades roll down the back. Noticing the body that you bring to this practice tonight. What do you notice? What do you feel? So springtime, I want to talk about, look at my notes here. In the spring, we send some TLC to our liver and our gallbladder. Diets with fat, proteins, caffeine, alcohol, or sugar can cause the liver and the gallbladder to work overtime. The liver and the gallbladder filter toxins from the environment and food. They metabolize carbs, fats, protein to help break down all of this in our body. And the liver and gallbladder also process the emotion of anger. So they get these organs get overloaded in the winter. And the meridian lines for the liver and the gallbladder correlate to the inner legs, liver, and the outer lines, gallbladder in the body. So just a little FYI on that. Spring diet is we help our body, and with the poses we're going to do today, we can also be aware it calls for more bitter, spicy, and astringent tastes. These tastes help to open the channels of elimination in the body. In order to clear mucus and moisture from the body, avoid sweet, sour, and salty. We favor warm and lightly cooked meals. So just some thoughts there. I'm going to begin with just a few minutes of a meditation. You can stay seated, or you can have an option to lie down in Shavasana. So go ahead and choose. You want to lie down? Sure.
Anytime I can.
She's gonna, make yourself comfortable, allow your feet to relax. And just open, just let your feet fall naturally apart. Let your hips root down. Your arms just open. The weight of the back of your head. Maybe shoulder blades come down away from the ears. There you go. Start with closing your eyes if you're comfortable, or just leaving a non-focused gaze. And let's take an inhale through the nose, and then just an exhale through the mouth softly. And let's take another inhale and an exhale. As you settle into a rhythm of the breath, knowing throughout this practice that you will hear sounds inside the room, outside the room, and they are not distractions or disruptions. It's simply what's happening around us as we sit and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Begin to notice the mind as it wanders, jumping from thought to thought. Gently guide the attention and the focus to the stomach and the chest. As you breathe in, feel them rise. As you breathe out, feel them fall. Just notice and feel. Simply continuing this practice, observing sensation of breath. Notice the mind as it wanders. Release that thought. Return attention and focus to the breath. Breathing in, follow the breath in. Breathing out, follow the breath out. As the mind wanders, gently guide attention back to the breath. Letting go of expectations or judgments of your practice. Just sitting and breathing. Breathing in, feel the stomach rise. Breathing out, feel the stomach fall. Learning to be comfortable in stillness. Knowing what it is like to just be still and breathe. And let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. One last breath. And slowly, let's just start to wiggle our fingers and toes and bring some awareness into the body. We're going to draw one leg up at a time, knee into chest. Ready? Good. We're going to come over to one side or the other. Touch your knees down. Yep. We're going to send that top leg long and push up. We're going to bring this arm over. Yep. You're going to send that leg long. Push down with the arm and come on up. There you go. And find easy seat pose. Okay. This is just a 5-minute meditation to calm the nerves, regulate the breathing, and help reduce stress in the body. How'd you feel?
I felt great.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Right? To combat all that cortisol stress.
I need you every day.
That we all carry. That's right. Let's jump into our practice. Warm up through all the planes of the body. Now let's take a seated twist. We're going to take from the navel center, we're going to lengthen, and we're going to twist left hand on the right knee, or you might be looking opposite of us. Yep. And hand behind your bumpers. We're going to inhale, and we're going to exhale. Take another breath. We're going to release that back hand, front hand. From the navel center, we're going to twist to the other side. Same twist, other side. Notice it can feel different from one side of the body to the other. Finding the breath, inhaling here. Exhaling. Good. We're going to release the back hand, the front, and come on back. We're going to take flowing side bends. And I'm going to move a little bit away behind you, Libby. Good. So we're simply going to stretch laterally. I'm going to float my left hand up and touch down and stretch. My bumpers are grounded. Good. We're going to flow. Exhale here. And then we'll find an inhale, reaching long. Perhaps that upper shoulder radiates open, and I maybe take a little glance up, and then I can float to the other side. With breath and with intention. I am joy. I am manifesting such and such in my life. I am abundant. Opening up side body, right? Good. So now we're going to take a forward fold. So, since it's early in the practice, maybe you can grab pillows, you could grab a bolster. I'll use the bolster. I like when my hips are up a little, so I'm gonna grab my blanket. How does that feel? Okay, it looks good. And we're gonna start to inhale. I'm going to start to forward fold and walk it down. And inhale here. And maybe exhale, fold a little more deeply. You can make a pillow with your arms. Maybe looks comfortable. Bowing into self. Drawing in with the navel and up a little to counteract the stretch in the low spine. Finding a few breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And you might feel your body float up a little and then sink down a little. I like to think of it as like the waves on the beach. With that breath, letting it flow, lifting you a little, and then exhaling, releasing. When you're ready, we're going to draw in at the navel, draw in and up, and we're going to start to walk it back up. Protecting low spine. Good, we're going to remove our props, and we're going to find cat and cow. We're going to find table pose. Just move your props aside. If you're on a hard surface and you want to put your blanket under your knees, it's okay too. I like props and I like to use them. And those of you that take class with me regularly know that. So we're going to find a cat, cow, child's pose flow, a little vinyasa flow here. So we're going to find table. We're going to stack our shoulders over our hands. So I'm going to bring your hands a little. We're going to press down into the knuckles of the fingers, not into the heel of the hand, but really root down. And the fingertips are pointed forward. We have our hips stacked over our knees. Yep. Rolling the shoulder blades down and back. Your head is in line, the neck. Good. Energetically, think of squeezing maybe our thighs inward as if they were magnetizing. Here's our table. So we're going to lift our tail and let the belly sink, and we're going to smile open with the collarbones. And we want to not lift our head too much, but keep the neck, cervical part of the neck in line. Good, and then on an exhale, we're going to bring the sits bones together. We're going to draw the navel up toward the spine, push, and she can let her head hang, chin into chest. Good. So on an inhale, she's going to release. Yes. And then allow the belly to spill and allow the sits bones to come apart. On an exhale, she's going to draw sits bones together, drawing navel up to spine, pushing the earth away and allowing the head to be. Good. Inhale, she's going to release the head, release the belly, bandha, and release, yep, let the sits bones spill apart. Good. Inhale. We're going to draw the sits bones together. Release, and then exhale. Bring the chin, yep. And we're going to sit back down into child's pose, allowing the hips over the knees. Yep, allowing some length in the spine. Another nice, you can maybe make a diamond with your hand. Diamond, draw the elbows back. Because when she draws her elbows back, we actually allow for some space here in the neck and the shoulders. Good. Play with it, maybe walk them a little bit forward. See how that feels? Yeah, leaving the shoulder. How does that feel?
I like that a lot.
You like that a lot? That feels nice in the body? Hey, feel free to make it feel good in your body. Good. So now we're going to get ready and we're going to flow it. So we're going to inhale, cow, and push up. Exhale. Round into the cat. And find child's pose. Making you feel, taking a breath or two there. In your time and in your way, maybe taking another round of this cat and cow in the body. Yes. Beautiful, Livy. That's beautiful. Good. And slowly. And this is a pose of reset. This is a pose that calms the central nervous system. We often find little kids. I found my granddaughter sleeping in her crib in that pose a lot when she was teething and when she was all stuffed up. It's just a calming pose. And this is a pose of reset. So anytime, anywhere in a yoga practice and you need it's too much, come to this pose. It's a grounding pose. It's a calming pose, and it feels good in the body. Good. When we're ready, we're gonna do like a little modified sun salutation, and then we're gonna do some stand-up work today. So, yep, we're gonna just float up. How you feeling? Good, good. All right, so far so good. Good, we're gonna find our table pose. And we're going to curl our toes under. And we're going to lift our knees and send our hips back into the sky and find downward facing dog. And that's okay if your heels are up. She's pressing down into her fingertips, not into the heels of her hand, more in down with the rooting down with the knuckles. Yep, energetically squeeze in her biceps and rolling the shoulder blades down the back. Yep. Very nice. So let's walk your feet forward, and we're gonna find, walk your feet forward. We're gonna hang in a forward fold. Good. Let's step our feet shoulder width apart. Yep, rooting down with the big toe, pinky, and the heel. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, perhaps we come to the forearms. Here, out of a low and lengthened back. Leave that micro bend in the knee. Good. We're gonna find halfway lift. We're going to press hands into our shins. We're gonna find length from the tail to the crown. Then we're going to forward fold. I'm gonna step behind you. We're going to circle sweep the arms on up. Fingertips to touch. Join them in, thumbs pressing into sternum, finding Tadasana. Finding your feet rooted, big toe, pinky, and heel, allowing a micro bend in the knee. Good. Finding the hip ball, allowing the tailbone to lengthen down toward the ground. And you'll feel the pubic bone come forward. So we have that neutral pelvis. Shoulder blades roll down and back, drawing in and up with navel. Good. Float the arms on up. We're going to swan dive forward with a deep knee bend. We're going to hang. Maybe wiggle. Move in the feet. We're going to find halfway lift. We're going to find forward fold. We're going to touch down with our hands, and we're going to step back into a plank pose. There we go. Shoulders stacked over hands. Rooting down with the knuckles and out of the, yep. We're going to find our metatarsals pressed. We're going to find our thighs squeezing together. We're going to lower your bumpers just a little. If this isn't accessible, you can always come down onto your forearms. Yep, and yep, we can try there. Lowering your bumpers, yep. Abs engaged. From plank pose, listen to the body that you bring tonight. If you're tired here, drop the knees drop your knees. Yep, and take a little rest. Come back into child's pose. Let's press back. Maybe playing with your arms. Does it feel better to be in wide knee child's pose? Or have your knees together? What feels better? Ah, she found some length. She makes the diamond shape with her hands so that the shoulders and the shoulder blades press away, allowing some length in the cervical part of the neck. Good. And slowly she's going to float up. She's going to take her table pose. She's going to find that plank pose, sending the hips back into the sky. Maybe walking or pedaling out with the feet. Biceps yearning toward each other. Shoulder blades roll down the back. Good. Rising up and down on the balls of the feet. Pressing into the knuckles of the hands. Heart melts forward. Good. We're going to step the left foot in. We're going to float up the right foot. Just square the hips, bend the knee, and we're going to find a low lunge. Notice at the front knee, the knee's stacked over the heel. Yep. Let that other knee touch down to the earth. Good. And we're going to circle sweep the arms on up. Let's yearn the biceps in toward the ear. Let's allow that back hip to melt. You can curl the toe under, or you can have it the top of the foot into the earth. Maybe rotate pinky forward if you can always take a cactus arm here. I am yearning my right hip back, left hip forward. If my right hip's in front, yearn the. Good, we're gonna calm down. Let's bring the hands in and let's curl that back toe under. Lift and find that lunge. Let's send that foot back and find downward facing dog again. Yearning biceps in, perhaps walking through the feet. Good, we're gonna step the right foot in a little. We're gonna float up the left foot. Just try to keep the hips squared here. Energy through the foot, a flexed foot. Abs engaged, bending the knee and drawing the foot in. Finding the front foot, finding left knee over the left heel. In that high lunge, perhaps I touch that foot down. I can leave the back toe curled under, or I can stretch out the top of the foot. Option to maybe just press hands into thighs. I'm going to send my left hip back, my right hip forward to square. Perhaps I want to take a little further. I float the arms on up. I want to roll shoulder blades to roll down and back. Maybe I curl in the pinky fingers and find cactus arms. But biceps, yep, by the ears. And we're going to float down again. We're going to curl the back tail under. And we're going to find that downward facing dog again. Empty out and reset. Rooting down with thumb and index finger. Biceps yearn in toward each other, shoulder blades down the back. Good. This time, as we step the left foot in, float the right foot up. We're going to bend that knee. We're going to bring that foot up. We're going to find a pigeon. So we want to square the hips. So leave that front knee bent. If this is not pleasing in the body, please come over onto your back. Pigeon can be done here. Or here. That's a pigeon pose. Olivia's going to send her right hip. Yep. And let's see. We have props. So I can always, does that one hip feel higher than the other?
Not really, no.
No, they feel level? Because we can always set the little.
Oh, that feels better.
How's that? Does that feel a little more level?
Yeah, I guess so.
Rolling the shoulder blades down the back. So this is the back bending version of the posture. She can also start to melt forward, walk it down, and just come onto her forearms. And that may be enough. If she has a block handy, she could always rest her forehead on the block, finding length in that neck. She can also come all the way down. How does that feel? This is a ballet body for many years, so she goes there. But that's okay. You go make it feel good in your body. And find the breath. Breathe in, I am joy. Yes, Maureen, this is my favorite pose. Breathe in joy. Breathe in abundance. Exhale the excess. Finding even inhales and even exhales. So slowly, when we want to come out of pigeon, because we're going to switch to the other side, Libby's slowly going to draw in at the navel. Yep. Walk her hands back and press herself up. Yep. She's going to curl the back toes under. Get that pillow. She's going to press up with her hands and lift that hip and find her downward facing dog again. Pressing into the knuckles of the hands, the metacarpals. Yearning the biceps in toward each other energetically as if they were magnetized, and allowing the shoulder blades down the back. She can come up on the balls of the feet and play. You're allowed to play and explore in an asana. You don't have to just be still like a statue. Go ahead and move and wiggle and fidget. Make it feel good in your body. So when she's ready, she's going to step in, is it the right foot? And float up that left one. Try not to, yeah. Yep, and then she's just taking a big long stretch. She's gonna bend that knee, bring it forward, and find pigeon on this side. Notice that a pose can feel very different. Do we want to prop up the hip on this side a little? Yeah, it makes a difference, doesn't it? She's squaring her hips. Optionally, the back toe curled under, and then try curling the back toe under. Now square up the hips, find them squared. Then you can release that. Does that help?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It helps.
I
Okay.
always
So
have
and as dancers, yes.
Squaring the hips.
Squaring the hips always. So that left hip is coming back and the right hip's coming forward a little. And then she's in the back bending aspect of it. Lovely. She starts to maybe walk forward a little and comes onto her forearms. And perhaps that's enough. Perhaps she wants to have the block and take some pressure off her head. Just rest there. Or she may come fully down. Maybe I'll join you here. So she's doing one version of it. Here's another version. I can just cross my leg here. Perhaps I come here. Make it feel good, make it feel at home in your body. You take that front foot. Here's another cue that I'm learning. Flex that foot, front foot, flex it. Because then that actually activates muscles in the hip. Do you feel that a little differently?
Yeah, right in my butt.
Right, yeah. Okay, that's okay. That's what this is for. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Good. Moving with breath and intention. I'm gonna walk it back up. I'm gonna curl that back toe under. Lift, press up. Find that downward dog one last time. Pressing down with the carpals of the fingers. Yep. Yearning biceps in toward each other. Rolling the shoulder blades down the back. Allowing, yep, you may walk, pedal through your feet. Yep. Feel stuff crack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the synovial fluid in the joints, huh? Good. And when you're ready, you're going to walk it forward. Walk your feet towards your hands, and we're going to find Uttanasana and hang in a forward fold with a deep micro bend with your feet hip width apart. Rooting down with big toe, pinky and heel. Allow yourself to hang out. Doesn't that feel good when you allow that bend in the knee? Don't you wish yeah, very nice. And she has a little bit of movement here, a little bit of rocking, making it feel good in her body. And again, a modification could be just to come to here. Forearms into the thighs and just hang here. That might be enough. Very nice. So slowly she's going to press her hands into her thighs, walk it up her shins, press up, round through the C-spine, come on up, head comes up last. Oh yeah, very nice. We're going to go into, we're going to take a warrior pose.
Okay.
Or the prasarita, the wide-legged stance. So on our mat, I guess, And just stand here. Samastihi is just when it's Tadasana, but our feet are together. We're just going to step apart on our mat. We're going to kind of pigeon toe, the toes turn in slightly, and we're going to be on the outside edges of our feet. Good. And let's leave a soft micro bend in the knees. And let's allow the tailbone to lengthen. Let's draw in the navel, in and up. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Long through the spine. Good. So now, take this wide-legged forward fold. So I'm gonna maybe, Livy could probably do it with flat back, and then I will do a modification on it. Okay, so you can bring your arms out. You can come forward. Hinge forward, she's hinging from the hips. Now she's gonna float down. Good. Modification, I'm gonna sit back, weight is in the heels. And we're gonna come here. I can leave that bend in my knees. For some people, being open like this can be scary. I'm gonna press into my hands. Yep. I'm gonna bring my left hand in front of my face. And perhaps I'm gonna float that right arm up into, just wrap it around my low back into the left hip crease. You can step wider if you'd like. See how that feels. Play in the body, Libby. You're a dancer, I know you can go there. Good. You may also bring that hand in front of your face. This hand in. Good. If you want, you can rotate that shoulder open. And you can float that arm up if you'd like. To the ceiling, sending energy into the floor. Energy into the fingers, the knuckles of the hand, spread them. Out of the heel. The heel and the wrist, that can, yep. Outside edges of the feet, good. Option to come here. Finding a breath. If neck, we have issues in the neck, we can just keep the neck just neutral and really not move it too much at all, which is what my chiropractor recommends. When you're ready, we're gonna float that hand down. Good. We're gonna place that right hand in front of your face, and we're gonna bring that left arm up into the hip crease first, maybe, and just finding a moment there. Pressing into the knuckles of the hand and out of the heel. Yep. Perhaps twisting open, radiating open with that left shoulder, and then maybe floating it up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Twist, wringing ourselves out, wringing out the liver, the gallbladder meridians. That's where we're working in a posture like this. Good. We're going to float that down. Good. And then, I guess we're going to maybe bend our knees a little, bring our hands to our thighs, and we're going to come up. Rounding up. Let's take our warrior. So here's our hands. I'm kind of in star pose. Shoulders are down. My tailbone is lengthened, outside edges of my feet. I'm going to turn my left foot. And turn my left foot so that the heel is intersects the center of my back foot. I'm going to bend that front knee, and I'm going to make sure that my knee is over my heel. But I'm going to look and make sure Libby's hips, her headlights, her hips are shining at me, even though she's in that front knee over the heel. Yep, you can bend right into that. Allow the shoulders down. Yes. Good. There's warrior two. She rises up with her strength and her courage, and she can look over. Make sure we're not upset. The other thing is to, make sure that the shoulders are stacked over the hips. You can actually, if you want to take a minute, touch your shoulders over your hips and see that relation. Good. You're going to come up, turn it back in. Hands on your hips. We're going to find warrior two on the other side. We're going to bend that front knee. The heel will intersect the center of the back foot. The outside edge of the foot is down, and the headlights are shining. Gonna lengthen that tailbone. Maybe find shoulders stacked over hips. Find warrior two. We never had these kind of in dance, did we? No. Feeling different in your body when you're beautiful warrior two. She rises up with her strength and courage, energized through those fingertips. Good. We can float it. We can find Exalted Warrior, leaving that front knee bend. We can float it over. Send energy through that fingertips, send energy into that outside edge of the foot on the floor. Good. And we can come back up. Let's turn our toes in. Let's heel. Turn the toes out and find goddess pose. Just going to sit down, allow the knees over the toes. And that's second position in ballet. But you go where your body goes, so even here is okay. Knees are over the toes. Bring our hands to heart center. Right? Oof. That's some work.
Yeah, right.
She's going to float the arms up and open. And then she's going to rise up, and then she's going to just heel toe her feet together. Let's shake those legs out. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I think we need a lion's breath. Let's do some, let's just take a minute. We're going to trauma release arm swings. The arms are part of the heart, right? Part of heart chakra. So sometimes, here we go, a little bit of stress relief after that kind of work in the body. And we'll take a lion's breath. We're going to inhale through the nose, wide eyes. Exhale with the mouth, stick your tongue out, and exhale all the way down. Round up. Good. Inhale. Exhale, stick your tongue out, release. Get rid of whatever you don't need. Let it go. Beautiful. Lion's breath. After that kind of work in the body. Let's see where we've come to. Ashlyn, where are we on time?
We're at about 45 minutes.
About 45 minutes? We still have a few more?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. We're going to come down onto our belly. We're going to come down. We're going to take a minute and find Chalabhasana, locust pose. Okay, so there's Livy. She's our model. Good. She's propping herself up. We're going to lie on our belly with our arms at our sides, and let's face the palms down. Let's press our pelvis into the floor. Let's lift the right leg, reach long and away, and set it down. Yeah, reach the left leg. You just feel yourself lengthen a little with that? Yeah, it feels good, doesn't it? Press the pelvis into the mat, keep the body long and stable. Inhale, we're going to draw breath into the pelvis as you raise the crown of the head. So start to look up. Look up. There we go. Let's watch the flexion and keep it in line with, there we go. Pressing down with the hands, floating up, and then exhaling, lowering. You want to try that again?
Yeah.
Good. So you're going to press down, good. Inhale, look up, lift up. Perhaps your feet, float up off the floor. Chalabhasana. Lift forward with the chest and the heart, exhaling, lowering slowly. Good. We'll find Bhujangasana, cobra pose. From our belly, our forehead's down. We're going to place the palms under our shoulders this time. You're going to hug the elbows into side body. We're going to keep the back of the neck long. We're going to energize through the legs, pressing down with all of the toenails and maybe lifting up of the thighs a little bit. Feel that? Good. Tops of the feet into there. We're going to inhale and open the heart as you pull your torso forward through the gates of your palms. You're going to lift up and exhale slowly. Melt down. One more time. You're going to inhale and open the heart as we exhale down. You're going to draw those shoulder blades back and down. Good. Variation, dancing cobra. Keep your legs strong. We're going to walk our fingertips out. Press your fingertips into the earth. Like this, Livy. Like here. You can draw the elbows in a little. And I'll remove this mat here. Okay. So you're going to inhale, press into your fingers and rise up. Here. Draw them in, and you can actually lift your torso. You're going to rise up and maybe look over one shoulder. So you may want to bring your fingertips back a little and rise up over one shoulder. Spread them a little. Yeah. And then roll down. And good. Float up onto the other side. Rise up and look over. Pressing into the fingertips. Good, strong. Feet energized. Yup. Good. I rise up from the center of my being to meet life with an open heart. I am joyful. I am abundant. Good, Livy. How's that? Would you like a counter pose?
Sure, we have time for it.
Do we have time for it?
You guys are good.
Okay. We're good?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to float up to table from here. We're going to float up the left arm. And we're going to thread it under. Thread the hand under, come down onto the side bones of the face, onto your shoulder. And your hand, this hand can be here a few inches away, or you can actually reach it forward. Try both. Draw it back, where you draw the shoulder blade back. How's that?
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, and your hips are stacked over the knees. Make it feel, yup, good. And we take a few breaths here. In another twist, and another little heart opener. And just twist and wring out, right? Spring detox. When you're ready, you're going to draw that top hand back. You're going to put it by your face, and you're going to push down and use that leverage to pull up the other arm. Now move and wiggle like in the body, make certain, yeah, slowly, and she just goes everywhere like a puppy dog. Now this time we're going to float up the right arm. Float it up, and then we're going to thread the knee, thread it through, coming down onto the side bones of the face, onto the shoulder, and allowing it to open. And then when she's ready, she's making sure the hips are stacked over the knees. And then perhaps she wants to leave that shoulder blade down, or perhaps she wants to reach it forward. Where does it feel good in the body? Finding a few breaths here. And when you're ready, you're going to draw that top hand back by your face. You're going to press up and pull out. Good. And move easily in the body. We have time for one more in the belly. You want to come down and do bow pose? Okay, so you're going to come onto your belly again. I'm going to come up a little more on your mat. Okay, so Livy's going to attempt bow pose. She's going to reach back, shoulder blades are down and back, head is neutral. She's going to reach with that right arm, and she's going to bend the right foot. She's going to activate and fire up the quadricep. So feel that. Take a breath there. Good. Feel a little burn? Feel a little stretch?
Stretch.
Good. When she's ready, she's going to release that slowly and let it come back down, where she's going to take her left arm and reach, bring the right foot up. Foot presses into hand, hand presses into foot. How's that as a cue? Mm-hmm. And fire up the quad. With a few breaths. Good. When she's ready, she can either stretch each side one more time, or she can try the full bow pose. She will reach both hands back, and she's going to draw the thighs inward. Yep. And she's going to float up and melt open. Hands press into foot, foot presses into hand, leaving the head and neck like, yep. Good. And when you felt, and she's really open, this is very, very open, a big heart opener. Big, big pose. When she's ready, she's slowly going to release the hands, slowly float back down, slowly let the feet down. Find a child's pose after this for a moment as a counter pose. Take a moment there. With breath and intention. I am joy. I am manifesting good things in my life, and I am abundant. Slowly, Livy's going to roll over onto her back, When she's ready, she's gonna roll up. We're gonna find Baddha Konasana. That's right, you can just roll back down. She's going to allow her, she's gonna bend her knees, press her feet into the floor, and she's gonna allow her hips to open. So, here's what we run into. Not everyone has this hyper mobility in the hips. So, perhaps we can always prop up with pillows, which we have effort and ease in the pose. And then she can put one hand on her heart, one hand on her belly, and take a few moments and breathe there. How's that feel? Is that nice with the props?
Yeah.
We have the weight of the back of her head into the earth so that we have the cervical spine lengthened. Shoulder blades are down and back. So she put some effort to get into the pose, and now she can enjoy the ease of it and invite breath into the body as if breath were a welcome guest. Finding those inhales and exhales. When Libby's ready, she's going to bring her knees back together slowly. She's going to draw her both knees into her chest one at a time. This is wind relieving pose, or apanasana, or knees to chest pose. A lot of yoga teachers call it that. And feel your spine in the earth. Feel the shoulder blades melt down. And if this is uncomfortable on belly, allow the knees to be a little wider. That's an option too. Make it feel good. Make it feel if it feels good in the body, then it's right for the body. If it doesn't feel good, we stop. You can rock gently back and forth if you'd like. Oh yeah, isn't that lovely? Yeah. Happy baby pose. And this is the opposite of child's pose. This is the supine version. I have a fuzz here. When she's ready, she's going to come into an inversion. And she's going to just simply allow the legs up into the air. Yep. If knees are not happy and there's a lot going on in the hamstrings, she can bend the knees. Allow a micro bend in the knees. She can play with her feet. Wiggle her toes. Where do your arms feel good? They feel good down or up? There? Yeah, feels good. So, some people like to take a block under. Some people like to come up into a shoulder stand. So here's Livy in her shoulder stand. If she touches her feet over, she's in plow pose. Yeah. So we allow the lymph to drain down the other way, the lymph in the body. And the lymph, we know, is a clear fluid that processes the germs and bacteria, helps move it so that our body can process it in. Yep. When you're ready, we're going to come to, we're going to roll back down slowly, round through that C curve. That's right. You're going to find Shavasana. She's going to allow her legs long. This is corpse pose. This is a few moments to just be still. Option to close the eyes or just leave a non-focused gaze. Way to the back of the head. Allow the shoulder blades. Allow the ribs to be heavy and the hips. Allow all of you, bit by bit, piece by piece, just to sink to the earth. Allow the feet to just spill open naturally. Finding a few breaths here. You can stay here as long as you'd like. Become aware of the breath. And just let it be natural. And slowly we begin to take a deep breath and allow breath into the body. And we wiggle our fingers and our toes. Maybe taking a yawn-like stretch in the body. We're going to draw one knee up at a time into our chest. And then touch over onto your left or right side, your side of choice. And find a fetal pose here for a moment. As we rest in our final bit of Shavasana. This pose, by being here and being still, allows us to absorb and integrate all of the things we did in this practice today. And when your Shavasana is complete for you, you're going to stretch out that top leg long. We're going to come back to easy seat pose, where we will conclude our practice. I want to thank you all for coming today, and I hope this spring detox was a practice for you. Spring is a time of renewal and rebirth. As you stay with the breath, consider what you are welcoming as you enter this new phase of light and life. Give yourself room and space to repeat this mantra. I am joy. I am abundance. I am light and love, as you take your practice off your mat and into your life. Hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. The light that is me sees and honors the light that is each one of you. I want to thank Ashlyn and Livy today. Thank you so much. Namaste. And let anybody with their comments if they want to.
Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, you're welcome.
Come on, Michelle. I know you love the pigeon pose. Come on.
I do. You know how much I love pigeon.